Hello everyone, this is Stephanie. I've had some stuff on my mind lately that I've been thinking of making, but I did get quite a few requests for this bracelet, which I put up on my Facebook page, and I forgot to make it. I forgot to make the tutorial. So a couple of people looked on my Facebook page and said, did I miss the tutorial for that one? And I thought maybe you could do it from the Facebook page, but maybe not. I mean, it's kind of easy, so it will be a quick tutorial as long as I don't, just jabber on. But if you notice, it's very simple and it's very similar, right, to that, to the Cleopatra spring fling, whatever it was, bracelet. In a way, it's sort of like the inside of this has turned into a big bracelet. And here we've used the tile beads and the half tile beads and some bicones and some 11/0 seed beads. I have one of my, my favorite sort of filigree clasps on there. Here's the end. Okay. I changed the end a little bit on this, but I didn't, I had already done the beginning, so I'll show you where I did that. I'm going to take it off camera for a second, and I'm going to put it on my wrist so I can show it to you. I hope you all have been well lately. I've been crazy, crazy busy, so I haven't had a chance to do a lot of beading, but I got this one in. I'm trying to get this one in, and I know I'll get it in. I was wearing that, sorry, and I didn't take it off. This is one we'll work on. This is that herringbone, and that'll happen in the future. So this is how it looks. Here's the ring that we made a week or so ago. I'm going to flip it around. That's how it looks. Let me see if I can get some more light on the subject. Let's see, come on, lights. Okay, it's a little bit better. So here it is, simple, but pretty. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about simple and pretty. Complicated and pretty is nice too, but simple and pretty is nice too. So you can wear it with the clasp, without the clasp. Spin it around. Mine is about 6.5 inches, so I'll give you the materials list for 6.5 inches, and you just add on for however long you want it. You want to make the bracelet about a 1/2 inch. I'm going to pull my wrist away. You want to make the bracelet about a 1/2 inch smaller than the finished size, because the clasp is this. This is only a 1/2 inch. So I would, and if it's a little big, it's fine, and also, like I always say, if it's a little tight, slightly tight, it's going to loosen up. But this seems to work out well for the, because they're not components, you can just add another bead on, or you can, fix the ending or something. So I'll just show you at the beginning when I started it. I put 3 beads here for the clasp, and it kind of made things bunch up a bit. So at the end, I did it with 4, and I think it came out better. So that's the only change I made. I also wanted to show you these earrings. I know I put these on Facebook, and these are the day to night earrings. So if you look at them in the light, like during the day, let's say on there, they're really pretty and sparkly against the hair, and they look beautiful on. And then when you put them on at night, I wish I could, I want to dim the lights here. I'm going to actually turn my lights off for a second and see if you can see what they look like with just a little bit of light hitting them. So they kind of glow. I hope you can see that. It's the coolest thing. So I'm going to put my lights back on. Okay. So they are really day to night. I mean, during the day, they're a little more casual, but at night, when just a little light hits them, I mean, they just sparkle like crazy. I love these. I think these are so pretty. And, that same sort of brick stitch around a component thing. You just have to make sure you put the right amount of beads around. So we'll do this tutorial coming up. And I thought maybe it would even look nice with one of these bracelets. You can even make one of these to go with it. Or I think, anyone goes with it. The gold one, because it has gold. This sort of turquoisey blue one with the purple in the middle would go. So anyway, I just thought I'd sort of let you know about that. So I am thinking about stuff, and I am making things. I just haven't been able to make the tutorials. One other thing, my ladies down under, I promised that I would make you something special because it's your winter, and I did start. My good friend from down under there sort of requested something very sparkly like the night, and suggested maybe hematite might work. So I made this bracelet, and it really sparkles. I mean, it is like the night. It's very sparkly. It's got a ton of beads on it. The only thing about this, it's so heavy that it's not really comfortable. So I did start this, and I finished it, but I just think it's a little too heavy. So I'm going to try, and I think I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to redo it in crystals, because they're a lot lighter than the hematite. I mean, this baby is weighty. So I am thinking about you. Don't think I've forgotten about you. And your sort of Starry Night bracelet will be coming down the pike. Okay, so let's put that there and that there. Let's get back to our bracelet at hand. So for this, you're going to need, get out my materials list. You're going to need tile beads. So you'll need 30. Now, I don't have 30, so I'll be making a mini bracelet because I use them all in this. And this is sort of a lilac-y purple. I bought it at a bead show, and for some reason, bead shows, some of the vendors at bead shows don't like to put the names on things, so I have no idea what the name is, but it's a pretty little sort of purpley. Let me see if you can see that. That's a little better. The light was sort of shining out a lot. So it's sort of a purpley color, or lavender. And then I'm using half tiles. These are not ruler beads. Ruler beads are round. These are half tiles. And they're in sort of a purple, like a purpley lavender sort of metallic color. So they go pretty well with these. You'll see those in the middle there. Okay. So you need that. Put the earrings out of the way. You're going to need some bicones. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me tell you. So you need 30 tile beads. You need 11 half tiles. Now this is for a 6-inch bracelet, because I'm about a 6.5-inch wrist, 6 3/4. So you can't just buy 30 tiles or 11. So just get the amount that comes in the bag. So I mean, one bag is going to give you a lot more than that. You'll need 20 4mm bicones, and I'm using purple velvet Swarovskis, and if you want a bigger bracelet, you'll need more. You're going to need some 11OC beads, and these are the matte metallic, not matte, they're metallic bronze, so that's there. Okay, and you're going to need a little 2-strand box clasp, or whatever clasp you like. I mean, I think at this point, most people who are watching can sort of adjust the clasp. This is the clasp I'm using for it. If you're using another, just make sure that whatever size the clasp is, that you take that off the bracelet. Okay, so that's what you're going to need. Oh, you're also going to need your, let's say, size 10 beading needle, which I have some fireline attached to here. So here's your size 10 beading needle. You're going to need some fireline, and I'm using 8-pound, works great for this, and a stop bead. So let's find us a little stop bead. Well, we'll catch one when we before we start. I wanted to show you one more thing. See, I'm always getting off task. I know it, but I have so many things. I have so many things in my head that are, designs that are swimming around, that I want you to get an idea of what's coming up. So remember when we made the let me put this one out of the way for a second. We made the Hematite Heaven necklace and the little earrings. Well, I'm going to make another pair of earrings, but then I thought about a bracelet, and I thought, I couldn't, as you remember, the little 2mm beads, we can't go through those twice. So I thought that I'd do like a multi-strand bracelet and put it on, the beading wire, and then, crimp it off with a really pretty clasp. So that's coming. That's going to be really pretty. I'm excited about that one. So look at all these ideas I have. I have so many things I want to do, and I have so little time at the moment. But I will have much more time in the next week or two. I will be shooting out videos like crazy. So why don't you get your materials together, and we'll get started. Okay, we're back. So I've threaded my size 10 beading needle with 8-pound fireline, and I've done a small amount. I would do a a couple of wingspans, because maybe you want to finish the bracelet all in one. You can add thread. I mean, you can always add thread. But I've said before, sometimes it's a good idea to struggle a little bit working with a long piece of thread. That way you get used to it. And what I've done is I put the stop bead on, but I've left myself a long tail. So I'm going to say this tail is, make it about a foot, because I want to put the clasp on with that tail. So let's, unless we change our minds, we have it. So I think, that's how I did the other one. So I thought we would do it this way also. So what you're going to do, so let's put the bracelet, well, I'll put it on the side so you can see it. You're going to take 3 tile beads. So you're going to sort of score stitch them together. So it's 1. I'm going to bring that down to my stop bead. I'm going to take another one. I'm going to come chase that one, and I'm going to stay in frame this time, because I've been getting a lot of advice. So clearly I have been out of frame, which I apologize for. I am, you know what, sometimes it's really good just to put a bead and keep yourself right by that bead. So I've just come around that bead, right? This is very similar to Cleopatra, okay? So I've done that. So I've got 2 beads sitting next to each other. So if you see that, well, let's put the 3rd one on. So then go up the bottom of this tile bead. Okay, in the beginning it's a little loose, but that's okay. Put your thumb on it, pull it through. Okay. You want to make these tight in the beginning, because these are, it's important that these stay nice and tight. Okay, so there we go. Got that on. Take 1 more tile bead. You got it. You're going to chase your thread. You're going to come around and up that bead. I'm going to take this slow so that I stay in frame. I tend to go out of frame when I'm sort of in a rush. I tend to rush through projects sometimes, so we're going to slow it down a little bit. Although I know that my videos are long, and that's only because I talk too much. Okay, so that's what we have. So we're going to go down the next bead. Actually, let's go, okay, yeah, let's go down. Let's go down this way. Oops. Okay, so we're kind of tightening these up a little bit. We're going to go up this bead. Okay. I'm going to pull tight. So there you have 3 beads sitting next to each other. So I'm just going to flip them around. So that's the top. Okay. And I'm going to actually take this stop bead off, and I'm going to flatten my thread. I'm going to put that out the other end. Probably could have gotten it on easier with it coming out the other end, but I didn't, so why don't we do that now instead of stopping the video. So here I'm going to thread, so I've squished down my thread. I'm going to go through this very, very bent needle, like so. Okay, and I'm just going to go up here. So I'm just sort of sewing these together. Okay, I'm going to go down here again. So I'm reinforcing, so it makes it nice and strong up the top. Here, we'll go down here, and we'll leave it at that for the moment. Okay, we really want to come out at the top, but it didn't work out that way, but that's okay. So what you're going to do, you're coming out of the end of this bead. Oh, you know what, let me get my lights over here a little bit. Okay, so you're coming out of the end bead at the bottom. So if you look at the bracelet, I'm going to put it over here. What we've done is we've added, so we're not putting the clasp on yet, we've added 2, you see that, 2 11-ohs, a 4mm crystal, 2 11-ohs. We're just going to string these on, a tile bead, and so on. So let's take 2 11-ohs, crystal, 2 11-ohs. Okay, take a tile bead. Okay, I'm just going to drop that down to the end of my, move these out of the way, to the end of my thread, and this is what I'm going to have. Alright, so then I'm going to take, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit without, okay, am I clear? Yes. So let's take 2 more 11-ohs, a crystal, 2 more 11-ohs, a tile bead. You can even just do this. 2 more 11-ohs, a crystal, 2 more 11-ohs, and a tile bead, and bring those down. So you want to keep stringing. This is our first side. So we're going to string this down, and then we're going to weave next to it. So similar again to Cleopatra, and even the peyote and square stitch. It's just sort of a variation. So continue going down until you reach the length of your bracelet. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to show you my measurement. I'm going to go down mine's about 5.5 inches, just of that part. So go down as far as it takes for you to get around your wrist, minus your clasp. So you want to make sure you just leave room for this part and your clasp. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish mine up to the end, and then we'll turn around and we'll do the next pass. Okay, we're back. So I've done my small bracelet, the first pass, and I'm going to make the turn. Okay, so pick up your piece. Now it's going to get easier once you have the second row on, and just go down the last tile you put on. Don't worry about if it falls. It'll come together. So this is what you're going to have. You're going to push that over there. This is going to come down like, whoops. Make sure I've got this coming out the right part. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So here we go. We've got that. We've come down like so. Or we had it like this before. This is fine too. So it doesn't really matter. As long as it's facing the same direction each way. Okay, so here we go. So it's a little, loose and wonky now, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is just like we did with the Cleopatra bracelet. You're just going to pick it up. Okay. Take 2 11-ohs. Go through the crystal. Come through. 2 11-ohs. Come through the tile. And see you have a little X. Okay. 2 11-ohs. Line frame, yes. 2 11-ohs. Come down through the crystal. Pull. That's what you should have. Okay, so you get it, 2 11-ohs. Same thing. Just going to weave. Come here, you. Going to weave that one in. You weave each one to the next tile bead. So you see? So that's what you're going to have. Okay. So keep doing that until you get to the top, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, we're back. So we've come to the top, the last of the second pass. So I put on 2 more 11-ohs, and I'm just going to take my needle and I'm going to go up that tile bead. come out. And what that does is it gives me the first 2 passes of the bracelet. See? Okay, so now hold it, turn it around and hold it this way because it's more comfortable. I mean, hold it whatever way is comfortable for you, but for me, it's more comfortable this way. So I'm coming out of this tile bead. I'm going to go down the next hole of the next tile bead. That's the middle one. And pull. Okay, let me get my little in-frame bead. Okay, so now we're just going to change up what we're doing. So let me put this down. If you look on here, we're going to take, we've come out here. So I haven't done the clasp part yet. We've come out here. We're going to take 2 11-ohs. Oh, I have a little mess up there. A half tile and 2 11-ohs. I'm just going to go down the bracelet like we did before. So what we're going to do, we're going to take 2 11-ohs. Let me put my, as usual, my beads are always on the wrong side. 2 11-ohs, a tile bead, 2 11-ohs, and we're going to grab, I'm going to put all my beads right here. We're going to grab, with our needle, a tile. So this is what we have on our needle. It's hard for me to see if it's clear. Okay, so you have 2 11-ohs, a half tile, 2 11-ohs, and a tile bead. We're going to go to the next tile and line, and you're going to come up that tile bead, just the tile bead. See? So it is familiar to some of you who have done the Cleopatra Spring Fleeing Cleopatra bracelet, and you're just going to pull this until they're sitting next to each other. But some of you, a lot of you don't watch all my videos, and I totally understand that. So this is new to a lot of you. So this is why I'm going through the detail of it, because there are those of you that are just looking to make this one. Maybe you didn't like the other bracelet, or maybe you just didn't want to make the other bracelet. But it's very similar. The inside is very similar to that. So see what you have? So you can do that again. You're going to take 2 11-ohs. You're going to take a tile, half tile, 2 11-ohs, a full tile. That's what you have. Sorry about the shadow. 2 11-ohs, a tile, 2 11-ohs, and a full tile. So I'm going to go down on your needle. Just go to the third. You're going to number 3. That's already done. Come up through the bottom of that tile bead. See? Pull through. Now it looks like a big mess, and I got it caught here, so I'm going to have to pop it through. So that will happen. And just pull until that tile bead sits next to the other one. And you're going to help it. You're going to sort of push it along a little bit. Squirmy little things. Okay? So like so. Then you have to go down the tile bead you just put on and pull. Without getting caught on all your threads, which happens often. Give it a pull. Okay? So there you have it. Here's your second one. And your little half tile beads are going to be hanging all over the place, but that's okay. And actually, when we make the necklace, it's going to curve like that. So it's going to be really pretty. And we will get to that. I promise. We'll get to everything. Okay. 2 more 11-ohs. Let's do this one more time. A half tile. 2 11-ohs. And a full tile. That's what you have on your needle. 2 11-ohs, a half tile, 2 11-ohs, a full tile. Just look down your needle. Go up to the next tile and line and come this way. Don't go down, come from underneath and put your needle through. Pull, just hold your thumb on it. Pull. Just keep pulling, and you see how it will pull into place. You have to nudge it a little bit. Go back up through the one you just put on. And this is what you have. Okay, so you see? keep doing that till you get to the end of your bracelet, and then we'll do the second pass on the middle group and start the third. You're halfway there. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, so we're coming to the end of this part, and I just wanted to do it with you. So we have the same thing on our needle that we had before. We have the 2 11-ohs, the half tile, the 2 11-ohs, and the tile bead. I'm just going to attach it just like you did every other one. It just doesn't have one after it, so it looks weird. But just attach it just like that. Okay. And then we're going to go up. My tail caught a little bit. And we're going to pull those two together. Let's give it a little tug. Come. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, actually went down. I shouldn't have gone. So, you've got it like so, right? So, I just went ahead a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so there we go. We went under, we went up, and now we're going to go back up the one we just put on. Okay? So I hope that wasn't too confusing. Just, you know, it's the same thing as we did on the other side. We're just moving over a hole so that we can get the beads on. So we're going to go down this tile that we put on, and all you're going to do is you're going to fill in those spaces. Right? So I'm going to take 2 11-ohs. I'm going to go down the half tile. I'm going to take 2. I mean, this one you're going to finish in half an hour. 2 11-ohs. Go down the tile. 2 11-ohs. Oh, good. Look at that. So, okay. So I see what I did here. I've got 1 bead here. So you keep going. I'm going to take mine out and put that bead, put my second bead in because I messed up a bead here. And it's funny, I could feel it. I could feel that the bracelet was feeling a little wonky. So keep going down, putting your 2, and look, and make sure you do it and don't miss one. So keep filling them in until you get to the top, and I'll meet you back here in a minute. Okay, I'm back with you now. So my little boo-boo was fixed. I missed a bead. Missed putting a bead on my thread. Mine was a pretty easy fix. It was only back a few, a little bit of the row. So that's why, take my mistakes and always look at the beads that you put on and make sure you've put on the correct amount. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable. We don't want people to feel miserable beading. We want everybody to be happy because beading is a happy thing. But when you let's say if you started here and you missed a bead, you're not going to be happy. So it's, just check every once in a while and make sure that you've got all your beads in. Sometimes you pick up 2 beads and a bead falls off and you don't even realize it until after you've been sewing. Okay, so we're still in frame. Do I have my little bead? My frame bead is right there. That's going to keep me, I'm not going to move my hand from there very much. So I can try to keep myself in frame and keep you guys from having to guess what I'm doing. It's all a learning process. That's all I can say. 2 more. Make sure your tile is facing outward. Go through the tile. Oops, don't go through anything else. Okay, so here we are. Take 2 11-ohs, go through the end tile. Okay, see? Then we're going to go down the next one. You got it. So what are we going to do now? We're just going to repeat what we did on the first side. Got 2 more passes, right? So we're going to take 2 11-ohs, a 4mm crystal, and 2 11-ohs. and a tile, a tile. I'm going to come down through that first tile, like we did before. So we're just sort of square stitching these tiles on. Now pull tight so you don't have so much thread hanging out. Okay, 2 11-ohs, a crystal, 2 11-ohs, and a tile. Come through the next tile. Okay, I've got a bead that doesn't want to work for me, so let's try another one. Okay, come through this next tile. Oh, you know what it is? It's the very first bead I put on. See this little guy? He doesn't want to go through. I can feel how tight he is on the needle. So let's get him off. Yeah, it's tight. I don't know what's with that. So we'll put that in the bead reject jar. So we're going to do try again, 2 11-ohs, crystal, 2 11-ohs, a tile, it's number 3, go down, pull, okay, sort of messing up a little bit today, but it's okay. I'm not going to pause it. I'm just going to back out. I just put on an extra bead there. So let's try again. So we're at 2 11-ohs, the 4mm bicone, the tile bead. So we can get it right this time. We're going to go through there, the next tile bead, come down, attach it to the previous one. Go up, pull, put a thumb on it, give it a nice yank, and pull it this way, so it sits next to the other guy. Alright, so just keep going. Keep doing that till you get to the end of the row, and then we'll turn around, and we'll do some more. Well, actually, we might even actually put the clasp on at that point, and then we'll take our tail and put the clasp on the other end. So just come down to one before the end, and we'll do the last one together. Okay, we're back. And I lied, we're not going to put the clasp on because we have our last pass to do. So let me pull this out for a second so you know where we are. So we've done this last group here. We're coming out of this bead. We're going to go down this bead. Let's just put on our last 11-ohs. Go through the 4mm crystal. 2 11-ohs. Go through the next tila. So you see, there's your 3 rows, just like the bracelet. The sample. There are your 3 rows. Keep going down and meet me at the end here, and we'll work on some clasps. Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. So we're down. We've finished the beaded part of the bracelet now. So we're coming out of here. So now we're going to use this thread, the tail thread, for the clasp here, but we're going to do some reinforcing down here, and then we'll add our clasp. Kind of works out well because then you've sort of reinforced things, and you don't have to worry about reinforcing after. So I'm just going to go down the next bead, and the 2 little 11-ohs, and then I'm going to put a little half hitch knot right there. Now, if you're not familiar with the half hitch, we've done a lot of them, but if you're new, I'll make a how-to on that and post it. So we did a half hitch, we're going to pull it into that 4mm. Let's go down. And I hope I'm going to leave myself enough thread here. I'm not going to do every one, so I think I'll go down. I'll do every other one. So I'm continuing down here. I'm going to go through. Yeah, this is making the ends nice and sturdy. So actually it worked out okay. I was thinking, gee, I could have done this differently so that my threads came out at either end, but this actually, it's kind of weird. I mean, usually you reinforce after, but I'm just going to continue to do this. So every other one, I'm going to go through, and I'm going to just reinforce at the crystal. So just for time's sake, I'm just going to keep going so we can get our clasp on. And see, this is where beading gets exciting because my thread is very short. So we'll see if I have enough thread to finish the clasp. I hope so. So I'm going to pop my way right up through this guy. Okay. So now I'm coming out. Whoops. Now I'm coming out on this end, and the thread is short. So make sure your thread is long enough. Okay. So here's our clasp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at it. I'm going to take 4 11-ohs. Am I in frame? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put this down for a second. I'm going to take my clasp apart. I'm going to take this part of the clasp. This is the box part, and the other part is the tongue. And I'm going to go through the first ring that's hanging. Got a hanging ring there. Okay. Just leave that go. Then I'm going to take 2 little 15-ohs from over there. Oops, 1 little 15-oh. I'm going to take a 4mm bicone, 1 little 15-oh. I'm going to go through the other, see that? I'm going to go through the other loop. It's got to be hanging down straight, otherwise the clasp won't be straight. See? Pull that through. Right? And I'm going to take 4 11-ohs. I'm going to go through the last tile bead. I am short. Okay, so this is how your clasp is going to begin. Go up the tile bead, go down the tile bead, okay, go up. So you're sort of reinforcing the ends here. And we're going to put a little half tile right there. So I'm going to take, so what did we do on the other one? We took a half tile. I have to watch this closely. And get another 15-oh here. Another 15-oh. And what I'm going to do is just let it drop on your needle. I'm going to take it and I'm going to go through just the crystal, not the 15-ohs. So you see how I went through the crystal there? And that should sit it right under the crystal. You see that? Yes. Okay, and then I'm going to take the other 15-oh, and I'm just going to come down the other side of that half tile bead and down the tile. Okay. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go down. Okay, and I'm going to go up, and what you need to do here is, because I've run out of thread, you need to go and reinforce this entire thing. So I'm going to pull it off for a second and show you where to go. So this thread is going to be longer. You're going to go up, you're going to go through the ring, you're going to go through the 11-0, the crystal, the 11-0, down the 4, down this Tila, up, down, down, up through the Tila, the half Tila, and the 15. Do we need to go the 15-0? No. We'll go up the half Tila, go across, we'll go down the half Tila, go down the full Tila, go up again, go down, go around, and then tie a few half-inch knots. But I ran out of thread, so I'm just going to leave it as so. So you see how we got to the point of getting it on, but you just need to make sure you reinforce it. So now I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to thread my needle. This side I've already flattened. I'm going to do the same with this end. So what have I got? Let's see. We'll look at it together. We're going to take 4 11-0s. Here's the clasp. You want it right side up, and you want those little rings to be hanging down. Go through like so. So you're through the ring. You're going to take, excuse my arm, I'm going to take a 15-0 crystal and a 15-0. You're going to go through the other side of that, the tongue part of the clasp, like so. See? Then you're going to take 4 11-0s, pick it up, go through the last tile bead, pull. So you see you've got that guy on. Perfect. Go up the tile, go down the next tile. I'm going to run out of thread again, but you get the picture. Go up. Okay, so we do a little 15-0, a half tile, a 15-0, oh, excuse me, and a half tile. Don't put the second 15-0 on yet. And we're going to go through just the crystal, like that. I'll pull that through. It's going to look all wonky, but we're going to straighten it out. Come on, you straighten out. See if we can get him straight. He doesn't seem to want to sit. Okay, so it's a little tight in there. I'm going to come out of here for a second and see where I've got him a little. Oh, okay. So let's fix this a little bit. So take it out. Don't put the 15-0 on yet. Do the half tile, the 15-0, then go through just the crystal until I just haven't, it's been a while since I've made this because it's fighting me. Okay, so it should go like so. Take your other 15-0, come down through the half tile and the full tile beneath it. Pull, go up the tile and the half tile. There you go. You've got that end of the clasp on. Go, let's see. Oh yeah, go through the. Did I come out the 15? Oh, let's see. No, I came out the top. Go back through the tile. Go up through. Get a little tight. The full tile, go down. Okay, next tile. Now you know where we're going from here. We're going to go up this tile. And now you've got your clasp on. That went on very well, actually. It's better than the original. So then start going up. I can only go up a little bit because I'm out of thread, but just reinforce everything. Go through all the beads. Don't forget the little 15-0s. And see how when you reinforce it, it makes it nice and it straightens the beads out. Look how much better that looks. So just make sure you leave enough thread. I think I'm going to about lose that to reinforce that. Okay, so I'm going to pull that off. Okay, I've got a bracelet. A couple of goofs, but you know, they're I think all mistakes are learning experiences. This end came out super because I was able to reinforce it. Do the same thing with this end. So here's my little bracelet. Let's clasp it. Pretty. Looks good, huh? So here's the original, which I think, you know, the little one we made came out on camera, came out a little bit better. I think this had a couple little possible errors in it. I think the ending on this came out a little bit better because I was able to really reinforce it. And it's funny, the more you make something, like the peyote and square stitch bracelet, I made 6 of them before I was happy with how they came out. It's just little things, like this one's bunching up a little bit, or this one is perfect. It's, you know, if I could just pull this tight, you know, the beads look good, everything's nice and, you know, fluid, this is on really tight. So, you know, that's why, and so, you know, sometimes if you're just learning, you should really make 6 of something. If you love this, make 6 of it in different colors. Give them away, or just keep them and wear them. Like, you know, I made 3 of these. I made so, you know, and that's how you learn. That's where you learn, like, the little tricks, like the little things that you need to do to make it look more professional. Okay, so there you have it. You've got your bracelet, and you've got the earrings that are coming up. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll get going on something else and see you on the next video.